everybody, and welcome back to the channel here on Global Conquerors, our weekly podcast, Conquest. This is episode 41 on August 25th, 2024. You know the drill. It's your host, SMGFrenzy, joined with...
AssassinADC, back with the weekly podcast that we don't miss those. We miss everything else, but we don't miss these. So we're back with another weekly. Nothing much to really talk about. Um, there's a little good amount of esports stuff, but not much general. But they are pretty big topics in a sense. So I mean, sorry if it looks like I'm looking over, getting used to this duel, but I'm trying to read the notes still. But yeah, anyways, that's Mokhtar's job because he's gonna get into it. But with that, I'm gonna throw it over to Mokhtar so you can get us started with our first topic.
Yeah, our first topic is Twitch is now introducing the Bleed purple statue for streamers to reach a watch hour milestone. Essentially, in order to reach this milestone statue, which is basically Twitch's equivalent of the YouTube play button, streamers must first reach 5 million hours on their channel, and they get like the basic version of the Bleed purple statue. If they hit 50 million hours watching their channel, they get a marble version of that. And if they reach the ultimate one, 250 million hours watched, then they get the chrome version of that. So like I said, it's basically Twitch's equivalent to what the YouTube play buttons are, and how they have the silver, the gold, and like the diamond one. And I guess while we're talking about YouTube play buttons and Twitch's one, YouTube play buttons have also gotten smaller recently. They're no longer as large as they used to be. So there's that.
Yeah, but they didn't have to they had to make a couple new ones, right? Because certain YouTubers had higher or sub counts than think what PewDiePie. He had like that red one. What was it like reaching 100 million?
I don't know.
They made a red one. Remember?
I think so, but I don't know. That wasn't made by YouTube. That was by some
Yeah.
custom person. Because YouTube only has the 3.
Really?
Yeah, YouTube doesn't make any for past once you pass
Okay.
diamond.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, people. So what is it? What are the ones on YouTube? Sorry, what is it? 100K, then a million, and then 10 million, or there's one missing, right?
Let me check. Actually, I don't know.
I feel like there's only 2.
No, it's 3.
It has to be 10 million, right?
Let's see. The YouTube play buttons are as following:
1,000? Is it 1,000?
100,000 for the silver, 1 million for gold, 10 million for diamond.
Okay, so yeah, there's 3. Yeah, back then there's only 2. I remember that.
Yep. And then the 100, the silver and gold come on plaques, while the diamond is like a physical button. You know.
But didn't they change it? Because people don't like the new ones. They like the old ones better, right?
They haven't really changed. Like I said, the only thing is that the silver and gold like plaque got smaller. They're no longer as large as they used to be. But that's
Yes.
about it. Well, Twitch's ones are more like trophies actually, so you put that on your shelf.
Is there any pictures on this?
Yes. Twitch purple heart. Let's see if I can show it on my camera. But Twitch showcased they showcased the marble and the purple one. So I'm not sure how well you can see that.
I see it. I have it up on.
So they're nice little trophies that you can have.
Wait, which one is which? Sorry, the middle one has to be
The purple one is the basic.
like plain purple
It's just plain
heart.
purple, yeah. And then the one that's like dripping a little bit with like the marble one is the middle one, and then the platinum
The
looking
white one, right?
Huh?
The white one?
The white one is the marble. That's the middle one, and then the top one is the platinum that you see. Yep.
Hey, not bad on Twitch's end, man. I feel like uh I think they're probably the only streaming platform that has it now, right?
Well, Twitch is the only one that you could arguably rival YouTube in hours watched. So yeah.
Anyways, but the point is, um, it's good that the Twitch is finally giving back to the streamers that are on their platforms, and for the amount of hours and dedication that have came and watched them.
Yeah.
And it's good that they're getting something to accommodate, or what did I say? Accommodate for their hard work and
I'll
hours
say
of streaming.
acknowledge their hard work, but yeah.
Acknowledge. No, so
Yeah.
good on them. Um, it was probably something they should have done a long time ago,
Hmm.
but I mean, it's cool though. I mean, we're gonna see probably a bunch of videos coming out of people getting theirs. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. They look nice though. I'll give them that. They look nice. I mean, I would assume later on throughout the year they'll probably evolve where they all look a little different. More uh, like obviously the one with the more views should be like a lot more bigger
Yep.
or be more distinct from the others because you wouldn't really know which one is which if you didn't like. If I didn't tell you what colors they meant, you wouldn't know which one was which.
Yep.
I thought the white one was like the first one.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's what makes sense.
Well, I guess the white one in person actually probably looks cooler because the purple one is like basic, and then the white one has like the marble texture on it, so it probably doesn't come across well on camera. But yeah,
But
that's what it is.
over them, it's cool.
Yep.
That's a plus on their end, but there is a down for Twitch as well. Mark, do you want to talk
Yeah.
about it?
Twitch recently announced that their subscription prices on iOS or mobile devices will be going up $2 from $5.99 to $7.99 per month, making it well, basically a streaming service subscription at this point. So Twitch is getting pricey, but there is a workaround actually. Essentially, if a content creator posts the link to their Twitch, like the desktop version in their bio, and you go to it on iOS, it will open the desktop version on your phone, and then you'll be able to pay for the desktop price on there.
Which is what
The five
cheaper?
ninety nine, yeah. So how
Uh,
long will it take for Twitch to patch this? Who knows? But Twitch is becoming increasingly expensive, which is very unfortunate. Because people already have Netflix subscriptions. They have Disney Plus. They got Hulu. They got They already got Prime, I guess. They got all sorts of things. So the fact that Twitch continues to rise is not necessarily great. I know the reason they're doing it the price increase on iOS is because Apple does charge basically brands who sell things on their platform a fee. So Twitch is like, this price of creation will basically level out to where the $2 goes to Apple, and then you're paying $5 directly to us. It still sucks, you know. It's the reason why Fortnite got banned on iPhone for the longest, actually, because of how they were trying to go circumvent the store fees. But hey, what more can you do?
it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. Um, it's stupid expensive. I don't see the point of them raising the prices. But it's only for iOS devices, which also sucks.
Yep.
Um, I don't see why this whole raising the prices like I don't see what it does for them. It just looks like they're just trying to steal or try to grab as much money as they can. Especially now, I mean, they introduced Twitch Turbo. That's 15. I think it's 15 or $16 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like ad free. It's like at that point you're paying for a subscription, but which it sucks that we're heading in that direction. But it seems like if you're gonna make stuff free, you gotta add a subscription somewhere to make profit off of something. So bunch of games. The game could be free, but the if you want cool stuff, the battle pass, you gotta buy the battle pass to get cool stuff. It's just pretty much what we're heading to. They're gonna make everything free, but to get exclusive or ad free or you know get like I don't stuff like that. Um, then they're gonna find a way to make money off of it. So
Yeah.
it sucks that we're heading in that direction, but yeah,
That's
I mean,
just
there's
where we
nothing we
are,
could do.
man. It's a bit unfortunate, but also as prices go up, people will pay for these subscriptions less. And what will Twitch do as a response? Make them even more expensive so that people who are paying, they're not losing money. But We'll see how far it goes. The game can only be played so long until you have to lower prices again. So we'll see what Twitch does. But on to Call of Duty. The Vegas
What?
Falcons
Call
have.
of Duty.
Yeah, the Vegas Falcons have announced their roster. I'm going to hand that over to you because you're the COD person.
Um, so I'm surprised. Well, not surprised, but so if y'all don't know, the Falcons, I think they're like a big name throughout the Esports World Cup, especially their owner being owner being a player as well, which is pretty hilarious. But it's shows that he still has the love for the game. And yeah, they hit us with a curveball, and I'm not surprised because the way the Vegas Legion were heading, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised that they were going to sell eventually. It's just I'm more surprised that they sold it to the Vegas to the Falcons. Sorry.
Yeah, a Saudi team, by
Um,
the way.
so it's an all-Saudi team. Um, I don't know what they're planning to move their roster slash to compete over here in the U.S. because they need to be able to practice and and then have not problems with servers. Um, this is huge news because we've been talking about the CDL shutting down, but from what we're now seeing, we're not heading in that direction. We have another year, um, and this is not the end because there's rumors also, but I'll get to that in a second. The Falcons team is an all Saudi team. Um, they I can't say they didn't play good at the Esports World Cup because they weren't playing against high competition, but the locals, I guess you could say. So they didn't really perform well in the Call of Duty side of the esports World Cup. Even though they played really great, everything else they did really good in StarCraft, FIFA. I think Warzone is what won them a tournament. Kind of three best players at the time, so good for them.
They have promise as an organization.
Yeah, they have promise. Don't get me wrong, but at that point, would you have just decided to build a roster with U.S. based players and just keep your Falcons team in Saudi where they could compete in those lands and then get a. But I see their reasoning. They're a Saudi organization, so they would like to keep their team. But um, from the way it seems, a lot of people have already ruled them out. No offense, but I have already ruled them out of not even making it to champ. So it sucks, but it's good. But that Saudi money, it's a whole different level. So they're gonna get players. They're gonna pay money for it. I know they will. Um. Uh. But I think they're gonna stick to the Saudi player route or the Saudi base org only, like how Miami or the Heretics are doing. So
I will
I
say,
see I see it as a good thing though.
they do
It
have the
gives
money
the,
to get training and coaching that is far beyond what any other team can. So I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being like an EG Val last year, where you have very middle of the range players, but you have like an amazing coach who is able to turn them around. I don't think they'll finish bottom of the CDL. I think they finish maybe top 7.
no. I don't think they will.
There were some CDL teams that got smacked around at the Esports World Cup by non CDL teams.
But Mokhtar, you gotta remember all the teams that were CD AMs
Yeah.
were all in the pro league at one point.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Actually, everybody was in the pro league, but maybe like two players, and they deserved to be in the pro league years ago.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
So that's pretty much the AMP team. A bunch of pros literally are just dominating that side, and
Let's see how Saudi COD
like
fares on the stage, man. Maybe they might
they
surprise us.
they do have a good fan base. Their fan base is pretty supportive about their esports and just teams in general. So that's good. And Saudi is a pretty big place, so there's a lot of people, a lot of eyes, and they like to embrace. I mean, their teams a lot in whatever it is. So I see it as good for viewership. Um, I don't know how that roster is going to compete because we saw him play against FaZe, and
That's phase though,
I
man.
mean,
That's
we saw what
phase.
happened. We saw what happened. Um, we'll see. But continuing on from that, there's rumors about Gen G coming back and Fnatic coming into the CDL
That's fun.
for one of the lower teams, and I would. And there is also another thing about Boston running it back for this year,
Mm.
so they probably will have some type of supporting cast to help them
Mm.
because that's the plan. Because that's what it seems like. There's already talk about them running it coming back for
Mm.
a year. Um, Yeah, so Gen G and Fnatic are names being thrown out there into the lower end of the team. So
Mm.
who are we looking at? Not Minnesota has G2, which they just merged.
Gorillas?
Gorillas, yeah, Gorillas are gone, so they're gonna be someone that's gonna take their spot.
Okay.
Um, what's another team that I'm missing?
Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina's they're gonna be changing too.
Mm.
I don't. I think they already have their the team is already like the people that are taking over has already. They just have to finalize the name change and the deal. I think, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, a bunch of these big orgs. Not. Let me just look at the camera because I've been looking over there trying to read my notes and make sure I'm good. But to see these names, C9 just came back. G2, obviously Optic, Phase, 100 Thieves. Um, obviously the Falcons, but they're growing their audience
Mm-hmm.
pretty quickly at a fast rate. So um, obviously the rumors, like I said, Gen G, Fnatic. We just got Heretics back. So it's pretty cool that we're getting these old um orgs back in from the CWL era
Yeah.
back into the CDL. And obviously we've already seen C9 make their return, and they've already confirmed that they're making the name to the C9 Cloud or New York's what Cloud9.
Yes, and my Cloud9.
But no one's gonna call them that. They're just probably gonna be called Cloud9.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I mean, when we thought the CDL was dying, they just found a new stride, and it's good to see these big names come back into the CDL and new names appear. So I still think little by little we're gonna start heading into the back to the old format. But I think we're gonna see how it plays out this year.
Mm.
Um, and yeah,
No, yeah, for sure. We'll see.
excited for this upcoming year. And then you want to just continue with COD stuff.
We don't have anything else for COD, so.
So the COD beta, when this video comes out, COD Next will be on Wednesday. The beta drops Friday
Mm-hmm.
for everybody. Or no, is it the people who pre-ordered it? Either way, the beta comes out this week, and I pre-ordered the game, so I'll be playing the beta on Friday
Mm-hmm.
or tomorrow when this video comes out, and we're gonna finally get to see not leaked footage
True.
and actual gameplay, and then we're gonna see COD Next, a bunch of content creators and some people playing it. So we're gonna see how good this game plays out. Everyone's gonna be very biased at the beginning because they got invited by Call of Duty to play their game, so they're gonna be very biased.
Yeah.
But hopefully, what I'm more curious is hopefully it plays really good for casual, also for the comp people.
Yep.
Obviously, if you're competitive players, because we really thrive off we love the competing aspect of the games. To see how the game is gonna run and flow with this new mechanic system. So Yeah, and with the rumors that you'll be able to play it on last gen consoles, which means the games are going to run pretty good.
Yep.
Um, and you don't have to worry about your PC end up crashing because it's not. If it's going to run on old consoles, um, and then yeah, and then no matter what I say, if you have Game Pass, you Xbox folks will be able to play the game for free. So that's a plus if you own Game Pass. Um, or if you have a PlayStation, you might just want to switch over to get an Xbox at this point because
Yep.
pay for Game Pass and it'll be simple. But yeah, we're excited. Me and Muck are excited because Muck is gonna be able to play COD with me again,
Hmm.
and yeah, can't wait to see what the this game's gonna look like and how they're gonna maintain it and how it's gonna be kept due to like this whole new system. And I know there's gonna be a lot of bugs because of it.
Hmm.
But we kind of expect that from every game at the beginning. And everything's not perfect. They can make tweaks, but just can't wait to see some footage from people actually play instead of on TikTok with yeah. But we'll see. I'm
Thanks.
excited. But I don't think that's pretty much it for pod stuff.
Yep.
And, yeah, don't get slammed out there in the beta if you're out there.
No, yeah.
If you see our names, leave the lobby.
Yeah, you better be worried. But
Uh,
yeah,
but
outside
yeah,
of Call of Duty, we move over kind of back to Twitch. Very popular Twitch streamers Cenat and Speed did a Minecraft hardcore run that lasted a while. They streamed for 105 hours and had 42 deaths. And after all that travesty and practicing to kill the Ender Dragon, they finally killed the Ender Dragon. So, congrats to them. It was one of the funniest and most painful Twitch streams to ever watch. Because, my god, they suck at Minecraft.
um, Let's to clarify, this is on was on a hardcore mode. So when they died, they obviously reset. That's why there's so many deaths.
Yep.
They said that every time they would die in hardcore, it didn't matter who it was, they had to restart from scratch. So I remember it was a couple of days ago. We were watching them, and they were like, "Wait, they're really about to beat the Ender Dragon," and we didn't realize until after they left the lobby that it said practice. I'm like, "No way." So after the practice, I want you to know. After the practice, I think they were at 99 hours. I remember.
Yep.
After that practice, so that means they streamed for 6 hours, which means from the point we stopped watching till they finished it, that 6 hours is when they completed it.
Yep.
So
We came in 6 hours too early for their final moments.
I was so excited for them, and then it just broke my heart that it said practice on the bottom because we were like so confused that they were like stupid close to killing it, and they leave the lobby, and we were like confused, and then you pointed it out saying it was just practice, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I got excited for nothing, and it didn't really matter because they ended up beating it like 6 hours after the practice. So
Yep.
just so you know, they suck at video games,
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe Kai sucks more than. No offense, but he's not a gamer. He's more of a
He's a
uh, just-
personality, is what I would
he's a
say.
personality. But he's doing good though. I mean, he's always found a way to stay relevant. I'm gonna give him his props. He's always found, like I said, um, stuff like that. So it's cool. They've always, like I said, he's always found creative ways to stay relevant.
Hmm?
And remember the one time he did the Elden Ring, so not surprised. Won't be surprised. What would be another game he would play that he could do something like this?
Fall Guys.
No,
Roblox. Just any random Roblox game. I don't
but
know.
like a game where they could where they had to play and compete the game. Anyways,
I don't know.
uh, anyway, all right, well, yeah. So congrats to them for I guess it is a milestone for them.
No, literally, yeah.
But it was pretty funny though. It was a funny stream though. The moments that came out of it, like I said, they always find a way to stay relevant, and that's what matters.
Hmm.
So they're top. They're the two top streamers in the game, right? Or they're up there on the top streamers. So it's good that they're finding ways to stay relevant, and the whole goal is to entertain, and they did a great job at that. So Yeah, it was pretty fun. So yeah,
Fun times, man.
that's
Very
next.
fun times.
All right, well, okay, I'll say it. Next on the notes, it might be a little curveball thrown at you. We had the Valorant Championship Finals. EDG versus Team Heretics ended in a 3-2. EDG won. So you may proceed because you know a lot more about me.
No, yeah,
So I just had a
Valorant Champions has been having basically their version of Worlds by Riot Games the past 2 weeks. We had a lot of upsets. North America really underperformed this event, unfortunately. Um, but like it's a Riot event, so everything went mostly smoothly. Everything was fun. Teams are very competitive. This was China's first win, I believe. And then obviously Heretics fans were super hyped up until they collapsed pretty badly. But everything's fine, right? Also announced how the format for next year, we're going to have two Masters events. First one in Bangkok, Thailand. Second one in Toronto, Canada. And then the finals will be in Paris, France. So that's the VCT for next year. In 2026, the finals will be in China. And then 2027, the finals will be in North America. So if you're an NA fan and want to go to Valorant Finals, better start saving for 2.5 years from now. But they also changed how the calendar is. The champions will now take place in October, which means Valorant Champions will now be overlapping a little bit with League's World Championship going forward, which is interesting to say the least. And a kickoff tournament, they will also be copying League having a kickoff tournament in January. So Valorant is becoming more and more like the LOL esports ecosystem scene. So fun times. Also, they're expanding how many teams enter the playoffs for the championships. Instead of 6 teams, it'll now be 8 teams. So also Valorant is getting larger. But
They're finally going the League of Legends route, which is good because
yep, no
League does
surprise.
it best from anyone else. They always find a way to keep their tournaments very very relevant. They switch it up every year, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, but they've always had the proper way to doing everything and stuff like that.
Yep.
Also, if you didn't know, a player on Team Heretics, Benji Fishy, if you don't know him or have y'all know him, he used to be a Fortnite competitive player. Quit or slash retires from Fortnite literally 2 years ago to pursue Valorant, and it's pretty crazy the transition he's made in a quick, I guess in a quick rate, because transferring over from that type of esport game to that type is pretty impressive. So hopefully he doesn't take this loss very hard because he should be happy for his accomplishment from switching over from Fortnite to Val. And they did pretty good. They ended up in the finals. They lost 3-2. They just fell short. But it's crazy to see a player switch from a different esport and then go and compete. And then I wouldn't say dominate because Heretics didn't really dominate. They just edged out a bunch of wins. But it's still crazy to think because of the competitive mindset you have, it transitions from game to game. Doesn't matter. So it's crazy to think. Just the competitive mindset you have, you could really, really, really do as much as possible.
Yeah.
And we've seen players and transition from different esports and be very good at other esports. So congrats to him. I mean, it's not how you wanted it. Your first championship, you wanted that first championship, but it's just not in the cards for you right now. But you are doing a good job, so congrats on that. And yeah, nothing much to say, but
No, yeah, absolutely.
what's funny, we want to hear, let me say it before. So I was watching, I pulled up, I don't know what game it was, but Heretics played somebody, and I literally watched the guy defuse right in front of him. I don't know what team, but Heretics, it was 2-1. They had bomb down, and all they had to do was kill a guy, and he literally just went up to the bomb and defused it while they were just, I don't know what they did. I generally don't know what they were thinking or what happened, but they just forgot they were playing. So they were literally right over on the other side of the wall. and all he had to do was pick the bomb once, and they would have won. But he literally just defused the bomb right in front of them, and yeah, I don't know. They went brain dead for that 2 seconds.
Hey man, people make some massive oopsies on the biggest stages sometimes.
But look, I can't really say much because they ended up in the finals and they barely lost. So,
No, yeah, there's that too.
but it's freaking hilarious because I literally just randomly tuned into the Valorant stream. They were playing. I literally watched them plant bomb,
Mhm.
and they were 2 up, and then the dude just defused right in front of them, and people were like, "What is Cenat doing? What are they lost?" And I'm like, dude. But yeah, it was funny. That's what I remember from that tournament more than anything.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Val always has some very funny, sometimes brain dead, but that's all esports. Sometimes people just do a really weird play. But Valorant Champions, very fun tournament this time. Can't wait till next year. Before we transition to general news, one just quick tidbit: T1 fans, we're still alive. We won the telecom war this week, 3-1 against KT. So we're still here. Faker played a champion he's never played before, or even practiced with on stage. Who does that?
Bro, he was trying to lose at that point. Yeah, I watched the match. I remember I asked you which one they're gonna play, and I watched it, and I think I had the message, but I remember texting you early in the morning, like, "Yo,
Mm.
what did I say? I don't know. If they said they didn't lose or they didn't choke. Let me. I'll
Let's
tell you
see.
exactly. I
Thank
said
God they
thank
didn't
God they didn't
lose.
lose.
Because the thing is that if T1 lost at that stage, they would have
They would
not
have not made
qualified for Worlds.
world. Yeah,
They can now lose the next game because there's a losers bracket for that. But if they win, you knew who they're gonna play against?
Genji.
Exactly.
So they read as well. They just take the loser bracket run. No,
Gen.G already
actually, they
has a
shouldn't.
spots for Worlds, so if T1 wins and then loses to Gen.G, they're at least still guaranteed minimum third place for Worlds. But if they beat Gen.G,
Dude, they need to beat Genji, and I feel like once they beat Genji, they'll go back to dominating again. But that's the problem, bro. I literally watched a video of Faker slamming his head into a wall because of how frustrated he was, because of how just them losing to them, and then he just didn't play good. But I don't. It sucks, man. But it's hard because when you love a roster so much, you don't want them to break up ever. But you want to see them succeed, and when you need to make changes, you have to make the changes to
yeah,
at least have a chance to win or qualify for something, right?
yeah,
So you have to make the necessary moves, right? And I want this team to win because they literally won World,
yeah.
and since then they've declined. They've had that one the esports World Cup win, and they've sucked ever since then too. So,
T1
uh,
has all the experience, all the personalities, all the plays, all the players to be once again the most dominant team. They just, I don't know what it is. They need to have consistent drafts. They can't lose mental when playing against Gen.G. They just need to study so hard. Because one way or another, who's guaranteed to be in the finals? T1, Gen.G. That's just basically how the story has been for the past 6 years at this point. And who can't T1 beat? Gen.G.
NG.
So if T1 draws Gen.G at Worlds, that might end their Worlds run. They've been lucky the past 2 years, and Gen.G just sucks at Worlds. But if they don't get a lucky draw this time, what now? What can you say?
But does it really mean anything if you don't beat the one team you can't beat?
But what about Gen.G? They lose to the teams that T1 stomps on, though.
But not right now. T1's getting smoked by everybody.
I don't know, man. T1 makes everything so complicated for no reason. But we'll see. We'll see when LCK picks up later this week.
Makar, be on some realistic stuff. After this season, they do not keep. Do they keep this roster? No, or yes.
If they win Worlds,
What your camera is like freezing.
oh,
Just so you know,
yeah.
you got a hard reset.
Am I
There you
back?
go.
Yeah. If
Wait,
they win
yeah, okay.
Worlds,
They don't keep
there's
the
a
roster. I don't think.
60% that they keep their roster. If
No,
they lose Worlds, they're dropping this roster so damn fast.
dude. Even if they don't, I don't think they. I don't. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I might say it now. I don't think they qualify for Worlds.
No.
I don't. I want them to. but I'd rather just make them not qualify and then get embarrassed on the stage.
No, I don't want him to get embarrassed on stage. I want T1s, at least, even if this roster changes, I want them to go out on a high note.
Yeah, not making worlds would be a high note for all of them.
No, not that type of high note. But
They will make 3-player change, or no, 2-player change.
they're keeping Carrier, they're keeping Faker.
I think they keep Guma. Guma's
They probably keep Guma,
been
so it's
insane.
yeah. Damn.
Zeus,
Zeus and Owner probably changes.
Zeus are an owner.
I think
Owner
Zeus is a guaranteed.
Owner's not
change.
that bad.
Yeah. If they make
I don't
any
think he's
changes,
that bad.
it's Zeus for sure who's a guaranteed change.
It's crazy because you went off at the what is it the Asian Olympics
Games.
or Asian Games? Sorry,
Yeah.
Asian Games, and he went off. He was the MVP, I think, and then he was the MVP for Worlds.
Zeus is
like,
weird because like when there's no pressure, dude is locked in and just styles. When there's just a hint of pressure, dude is not present the entire game. 0-14 just cannot play. And it's just, and then Faker's like, bro, I gotta literally, you good?
I started laughing.
But Zeus, when he can't play, Faker basically is playing two different lanes. He's playing both top and mid, and he can't do that all the time. So Zeus either has to become more consistent, or they just get a different top laner. But that's T1's issue for the moment. On the other end, you have the team that T1 just beat, KT Roaster, who will most likely be losing their star player Deft, since this is basically guaranteed he's retiring this year and he won't qualify for Worlds after. So we'll get Deft's like official retirement announcement later, probably towards the end of the season. And I do wonder who they'll bring up. Probably some new rookie, I would assume, from the LCKCL. But we'll see. That's for another time.
Sorry, I started laughing because I started thinking of the Faker role when you were. I don't know why. When he rolled onto stage, started thinking of that out of the blue. I don't know why. But yeah, I still think they make a roster change. I don't think they keep this roster, even if they win Worlds. I generally don't think they keep this roster.
Yep. No, I'm not too surprised, but we'll see. If we have to first see how they perform. If they dominate again, then T1 management's like, there's no reason to change.
No, they should change. I still think, even if they dominate, I still think they have to change Zeus. They need a player that won't crack under pressure, and they need another player that's going to be a leader.
Yeah. We'll see what Zeus does going forward for the next few games. But that we'll be able to report on that in a week. So, but till then, I think that closes out our esports and gaming category. We go over to general news, which has one category or one news item for today, which is: are you guys missing the Olympics? Did you guys miss the Paris opening and closing ceremony and all the cool games? Well, guess what I got for you? This Wednesday, the Paralympics opening grand ceremony is happening in Paris once again. Same stadium, same torch, different athletes. So we'll have 2 weeks of Paralympic sports with the closing ceremony on September 8th. So, and Paralympics is just as fun as the Olympics, if not. I feel sometimes it's more competitive because of the situations that a lot of these athletes are in. So you really see the human body and spirit pushed to its limits. And you see a lot of people fight for their dreams that, some might think that they would be restricted on. But no, they still push for it. And it's an amazing tournament. So be sure to check out the Paralympics.
Why'd you read it like it was an ad sponsor break?
We are not sponsored by the
We are definitely not sponsored by the Paralympics, just so you know.
But if they want to sponsor us,
feel free. We will even watch party them. Wait, well, maybe not all of them because our schedules are pretty bad, but we will definitely review them. So DM us anything, Snoop Dogg, if you're out there, will help us out too.
Yep.
And then and then one more thing. Are you from the city of or from Atlanta? Sorry, I was gonna say the city of. Are you from Atlanta, Georgia? There's this special event that happens around this time of year called Dragon Con.
Dragon Con.
And it's pretty cool because you get to go to a bunch of these actors. What would you call it, panels?
Panels, yeah.
Um, they usually do a lot of what is it? The parade. There's a parade. Is it a parade or is
Yeah,
it like
I
a
can go over it
showcase?
real quickly. So, DragonCon begins. By the time this video comes, the DragonCon will have started actually on that Thursday. It unofficially starts on the Wednesday right before. DragonCon starts this Thursday and ends on Labor Day itself, that Monday. And essentially, you have 5 days of 75,000 fans from Georgia and around the world come and like cosplay, attend panels from famous actors from Star Wars, Marvel, Star Trek, Miami, CSI, whatever, all sorts of things. And also they're like doing like world premieres for movies, like the new Transformers film is getting its world premiere at Dragon Con. So like a lot of things get revealed. You get to have more intimate interactions with actors because it's not a it's not a corporate convention like Comic Con or Anime New York or whatever, because those are owned by companies. Dragon Con was made by the fans for the fans. So you can see famous people just walking around in the vendor's room and like shake hands, get autographs, take photos, whatever. It's a very
you
cool con.
Well, usually what I notice is that the actors that come to these panels or for Dragon Con are fans that are like fans of everything too. So they're like fanatics, and that's why they come
Yeah.
because they like to see things, and then they've always done a great like like hosting this type of event,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just fun, and then you get to meet more people from a different around the world, and obviously it's mainly yeah, it's crazy that it's mainly hosted here,
Oh yeah.
so it's pretty cool. I've went to a couple. Usually, the memorable things I remember are the parades, or like what is it? Would you call it a parade?
Yeah,
I
they have
guess.
an annual parade every Saturday from 10 to like noon. And you also
And
and the
yeah,
parade shows like everybody you can sign up to be in the parade and be like in a group for whatever you're cosplaying, and then interspersed in the parade are the famous actors on the floats. So this year we'll have famous actors like Giancarlo Esposito, who was in The Mandalorian and Breaking Bad, or you have famous actors like Nathan Fillion, the voice for like Spartan Buck and Halo, like very very famous people that you would usually see like maybe like a San Diego Comic Con or like a Disney D23, but they're coming to Dragon Con, which is really cool. So. Or like
yeah,
a few years
and
ago, we had Stan Lee in like 2018. So
yeah, and I think this year's Dragon Con it's probably the one to go to because it's a lot of big names this year. Because Mokhtar has been posting a bunch of them on this story. So, but if you are dying to go to one, you should definitely go to this one.
hmm
There's a lot of good actors that are going to be here. So, if you're gonna go to one or haven't been to one in a long time, this is probably the one to go to. So
absolutely.
it sucks that I won't be able to go to this one because of scheduling and stuff like that. But I would have wanted to go.
hmm
And um, yeah, stay safe out there just in case.
Yeah, of course.
Just
Practice your normal
like
safety. Be aware of your surroundings. You're in a big city, so
6 feet apart.
preferably walk in a group, especially at night. But just for normal safety, Dragon Con tends to be a pretty safe environment. So
Yeah. So other than that, I've been your co-host. He's been my host, SMGFrenzy. Um, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when we upload.
oh, before I
Uh,
forget, we will. So, quick apologies for the lack of Tuesday videos the past 2 weeks. We promise we'll be back on it this week. The video before this will have already come out on Tuesday. I think it's a Minecraft video.
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it should be out on Tuesday. But
Um,
we'll be back on a roll because Angel's been busy with work and life stuff. I've been busy with school, work, and life stuff. But,
Dragon Con's in the process, so
yeah.
yeah. We're gonna try to get it's back on track with everything. So hopefully there's a time period where we're together at a long period of time. We'll just go at it and record videos.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll try to get back onto the schedule. It's been pretty hectic for both of us.
Yep.
So, like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when we upload. Follow our socials down below in the link. down below. What the fuck? I just lost my train of thought. Anyways, go back and watch other videos. Obviously the Minecraft series. We're gonna try to continue on with that. Fortnite videos, Halo, good stuff. The vlog for ACS Atlanta. So go watch that. It's the good stuff. Montages, we got that still too. So go watch some of our old montages. And yeah, and with that being said, we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.